But yeah, Taylor, what's going on with you, man? How's everything?
There's too much Star Wars right now and not enough money.
I'm sorry.
I said there's too much Star Wars right now and not enough money.
You're telling me, man. I'm in the same boat where I'm slowly starting to feel the pain of my wallet. Uh, and will like I got I'm getting charged for Jason Props's helmet. Man,
Oh, okay.
so when he gave me the invoice, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that.
Yep. That's how it
And
happens.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like I still have to pay for my soft goods for what's his name?
Dark Side Closet.
Yeah, Dark Side Clock, which I've seen some of his work, man. It's like,
Dude, he's working on mine this weekend, he told me. So like I'm super
yeah.
excited.
Well, the thing is, I haven't given him my measurements. He was supposed to work on mine like
Oh.
a while ago, but I just haven't given him my measurements. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know who to go to. Like, should I just go to like? I mean, like,
I would just have like your
Wait,
you're married, right?
yeah, just said
I would just have like your wife do it. I have my mom do it. Like anytime I have a measurement, I'm just like, hey mom, I need your help. And then like they give you
Yeah.
that diagram and it helps you do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can find how to measure yourself pretty easily.
Is it like basically you have to be super accurate, or is it just, or do you give yourself a little bit leeway, or?
yeah, usually like the creator gives a little leeway. So like it depends on each maker, but like normally they might add like depending on what it is, like a half inch, a quarter inch, like something like that based on what you give them. You'll give them like an exact measurement and then they'll probably add a little bit of give and take.
Yeah, because I was gonna say is that like for me, I gained weight since I've gained a lot of weight actually.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I were to lose weight later, like if that would affect like
Right.
the outfit. I don't know.
It would, yeah, to a degree.
It definitely does. Because so my costume back here, I'm like way bigger now than I was when I. So
Yeah.
I haven't tried to put it on as much because now I'm a lot bigger than I was when I made it. So.
Okay.
Right.
By the way, we got some people in the chat. Greggy's in the house. We got Kumar, and man, they're basically saying Vader Damas is in the house. Who hasn't spoken a word yet? And even before like we went live, guys, like he seriously hasn't.
He's waiting for the opportune time.
Yes,
Yeah.
he only speaks predictions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but let's talk about pickups, guys. We'll start off with our guest of the night, which is Will, Foxification. Any like recent pickups?
Yeah, so since I've actually been on here last, there's actually been a decent amount. So I got the Mando Hot Toys, of course. So I got the pre-Beskar because that's, we've talked about it. That's my favorite outfit, and that's yours too, I think.
Yeah.
So
well, that's
like,
why we're doing the cosplay of that.
Right. Exactly. But like,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of people doing the Beskar one too, which I would love that look also. That pre-Beskar look, man, it looks so like Western and rugged, and I love it. Like I'm thinking about actually getting a second Hot Toys figure of it because like I like it that much. So
yeah, I just kind of wish that they made like a core scale like hot toy
right
of that pre-Beskar
right
armor.
right.
Kind of wish that I mean, I know there are some fan made statues of the pre-Beskar ones, which looks really good. But for me, I kind of wish that there was some licensed like pre-Beskar like statues, like if Sideshow if Sideshow decided to make some, or another company, I'll be like on it like white on rice. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But,
So what else did you get?
yeah, so I got you were talking about your Jason props for Mando helmet. I got the LE props one, which is painted by Jackson Rupert. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I think I told you I almost had a scare. I almost dropped it actually. So like I like caught it on the way down, and it was a life-changing event. So like it was definitely pretty scary. And then I also got the child from Sideshow, of course. So that's
you got it. Nice.
It seems like everyone on Earth got it. So
yeah.
like so
I
like
haven't even shipped mine yet.
oh, they haven't shipped yours?
Nope.
Oh,
I
wow.
ordered mine like on day one, early in the morning, and still
Yeah.
no shipping on mine.
Yeah, I had mine like that night when the site they posted it, and it was like crashing because everyone was trying to pre-order it. So like I did it that night, and then like I know I've heard some people though they're trying to get them out by Thanksgiving, I think, worst case. So, but I really like it, honestly. I'm really happy with it, and like the cheeks are a little bit pink, but it really doesn't bother me. Like I was worried about it when I saw the photos, but in hand, I really like it. So I'm really happy with it. So I think you'll like it, Taylor. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. So I think everything's good in that sense. But yeah. So I think that's pretty much all my pickups for the moment.
Oh, okay. And Taylor, we'll go to you. Any recent pickups? Oh, by the way, congratulations on on all your recent pickups, especially with the child.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll go to Taylor. What's your recent Star Wars pickups, man?
Well, it's been a little while since I've been on here, so had picked up quite a few things. I guess we did that short unboxing not too long ago, where I got the 501st bust up there.
Mhm.
So that was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I ordered that Regal Robot Rancor, Regal
Yep.
Robot Gamorrean. So just those two things alone already put me in the hole.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you? So I put the obviously I'm in the same boat as you. I put that the Gamorrean, the Regal Robot Gamorrean, and the Regal Robot Rancor on payment plan. And seriously, it feels like I'm paying off a freaking Mercedes Benz right now. For the next like 4 months, I feel like I'm paying off a Mercedes because that's how much my payment plan is right now. So
yeah, those two together alone are big money. So
yeah,
that Rancor on its own, the monthly payments, it's going to be an amazing piece and totally worth it. But man, that thing's killer.
Yeah.
So, so I got that when that went up. I got the Gamorrean when that went up. What else did I get? Still waiting on the child to ship. I did just buy this like thermal detonator kit.
Thermal detonator kit.
Yeah. So like a prop replica that you make, and it you do all the wiring and stuff inside, and then it'll light up and everything like on the movie.
Oh, okay. Did you get it from someone or a company or?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find now. You buy all the pieces separately, and the chassis was made by KR Sabers, I think.
Okay.
KR Saber is awesome.
Yeah, and they don't make the chassis anymore, so I had to hunt that down and then order all the pieces. So when that comes in, I gotta buy that all together, and we'll see how it works. That's about all I can think of for right now. There's probably more stuff.
I feel like you got more stuff, right? You just probably just there's so many that it's so hard to remember.
I've ordered like a bunch of prints, I think. I got the Ahsoka and Maul one, like last week, I think, that one.
That's nice.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Sideshow is selling that now.
Yeah,
really.
Well, I think they might be sold out, but they did put it up on their website.
Where's that print from? Who makes it?
This one was on.
Because I'm not like I really like prints, but I've never actually gotten one.
Dark Ink, I think, is where it was.
Yeah, Dark Ink. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know if there was like a standard for like who makes really good prints or what.
I would say Bottleneck
says Mondo and Bottleneck, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which, by the way, speaking of, I'm lagging here. Sorry, guys, but Bottleneck has they put up those 3 prints that was sold out a while ago.
Oh yeah, the original trilogy ones.
Well, yeah, now they're sold out, unfortunately. I'm not sure if you knew about those prints, Will, like these prints right here.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Yeah,
I don't really
so
follow the print game as much, but I see a lot of really good ones.
yeah, these are really good. I have these. These were sent out like I would say about a month or two ago,
Yeah.
and I love them. Like, I just, for me, it's like I love the print game. I just gotta frame them. I just gotta find the time and the money to frame
Right.
these bad boys before I put them up.
I
So
keep I keep ordering some, and I don't even have anywhere to put them, so I don't know why I keep buying them.
yeah, I mean, Taylor, definitely buy one of those portfolios or portfolio books. I know what's that called? Bottleneck sells them, or even Mondo might sell them. But seriously, to be honest, like they're they're not really worth it. I think if you go with the Itoya, I'll put up a link right now. So Itoya has these really awesome like portfolio books, which are I would say about like 40 to 50 bucks. And to me, they're like so worth it. If I could find it, it's on Amazon. And especially if you have like a lot of like uh art prints and stuff, like this is like definitely worth it.
I think that's the one I have. I got them because I was originally going to do autographs.
Oh, okay.
Like autograph prints. And like, that's why I have it. I still haven't gotten one. I almost did one because like Star Wars autographs or whatever, .net or whatever the website is. They had a Pedro Pascal signing and I almost did it. It was like, I think it was like $200, I think, for 11 by 17. So it's not cheap, but it's authentic, which is nice.
Yeah. So I have the 11 by 17 one, and I think I paid like $50 for it. And seriously, it's worth it because you could store a lot of art prints in there.
Yeah, you can get them from Michael's. They have them. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and you could get it
that's
from
where I got mine.
And you can get them. Yeah, I got them through Amazon. Sometimes they have sales on them. Right. So yeah,
because like that's what I paid, like 20, like what that is right now.
Yeah, so these are just different sizes.
Right.
So yeah, like Taylor, if you don't have like, or you haven't taken them out of the tube, or you're looking for a place to put them, definitely pick this up because it's one of those things. Like sometimes, like if I want to like take a look at my art prints, I would like open that up and I'll start like flipping through like all the art prints I've collected throughout the years. So definitely recommend that portfolio.
Yeah, because I got some other ones I ordered on Sideshow too. Now that they're selling that, what is it? That Acme Archives.
Oh yeah.
So I got one of those Stormtrooper ones coming. I got that Darth Vader Conquering Shadow one or whatever it was called.
Okay.
And I remembered I've got a custom Star Wars statue coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice.
Darth Malgus. So.
Oh.
I think we'll be opening that on Sunday.
Nice.
Before the show, so come check that out. As far as anything else, I don't think so. I'm thinking about ordering that Mandalorian, the quarter scale hot toy, but I haven't decided yet. So.
Okay. Yeah, which we'll talk about it a little bit later. Because I think I love that that hot toy, and but we'll talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah, I did forget. I ordered the Hasbro Labs whatever Razor Crest.
Oh yeah, that thing is like seriously sick.
I thought about it.
I picked that up because
I waited till the last minute before I decided to do it. So. And I was like, I can't pass it up, so I got it.
Yeah, for $350, especially with all those things that they unlocked to be included with the Razor Crest, I couldn't pass it up. Especially like, did you see how big that thing is? It's pretty big.
Yeah, that thing's like, if you put it, I know some collectors like to display their stuff in the like, that one guy that's on Rogue One 6 sometimes, where he puts all his stuff into like best cubes or whatever, and then he puts like glass doors in front of him. I was like, oh, if you put that in there by itself, that would be like a cool display.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things where once it's done like with their, I guess, what do you call it, those I guess the time frame for you to get it, once that is out, like you can never get that Razor Crest unless someone like sells it to you. And when they sell it to you, they're probably going to sell it to you for at least like twice as much than what the original price is going for. I mean, because take a look at the sail barge. The sail barge is one of those things where I think it got about like maybe close to like 1,000 backers, and it was going for about like $500. And now, like when you look on eBay, it's going for like $1,400-$1,500 for a brand new like sail barge, and it looks really cool. Like I know Toy Bills, who was on the show a couple times. He's got one, and that thing is sick. It displays well by itself. So that's why I really didn't want to pass up on the Razor Crest, especially on how cool it looks. And after I saw it painted, I was like, this is like definitely like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I thought of it as more like I don't really plan to play with it or anything. I'll probably play with it for like 5 minutes and then just set it up as
never touch it again.
Yeah, like a nice display thing. And I like that it comes with like that stand, so you can make it look like it's flying if you want. So that's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. But in the most part, I just but yeah.
I was thinking of more stuff I ordered.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, did you want to go ahead and share?
I was gonna. I had ordered the Iden Versio Novos helmet.
Oh, I didn't even know that they announced it. I must have missed it.
Yeah, it went up for a little while ago, and then I was gonna get it on Big Bad Toy Store, and then it sold out, and then they put it back up again for the pre-order. So then I ordered it because I was gonna order it before, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna order it tomorrow, and then I went back, and then it was sold out. And then I checked it again like a week ago, and they had it up again. So,
yeah. Which, by the way, with Anovos, my only gripe with them is that like when you go on their website to like purchase something, everything's on like everything's on like interest list. Like I'm not sure if they're just only making it to a certain amount to only, because they just don't want to overmake a certain amount of helmets or whatever. Right. But I just feel like that just, that especially now, like for when Christmas is coming, Christmas is around the corner. I'm pretty sure people would want like a helmet. They don't want to like pay for something.
It says it's supposed to come out Q4 this year. I don't know if that'll be true.
I would just be really careful ordering anything from Novos. Like if you're ordering from Big Bad, that's probably okay. But I've heard way too many horror stories buying directly from Novos. Like I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't.
Like,
I can't.
It's like every day. Like there's a new one.
Checked on there too. It seems like I don't know. I feel like sometimes Big Bad's selling them for a better deal too.
Right.
Yeah, they do, especially with
the
shipping.
$4. Right, $4 shipping.
And that's how I got my my Mandalorian helmet.
I was about to order that one, and then
I almost did too.
They sold out of them on Big Bad, and I was like, all right, well that's a sign I didn't need it right now.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, Taylor, I definitely recommend. Obviously, me and Will can definitely recommend some helmet makers to you that could probably do a better job for half the price.
Right.
And I'm getting mine in pretty soon, so I'll definitely do a comparison between that and the Anovos helmet. Which, by the way, the Anovos helmet is really nice. I'm pretty sure you guys seen some pictures of it. But the only thing with the Anovos helmet is that I felt like the people painting my helmet wasn't very careful. I think I mentioned it in the review, and it's just one of those where. Yeah, there's some
like fingerprints.
Yeah, there are some fingerprints on it, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Right.
but it's still a nice helmet. It's still a really nice helmet. And speaking of the Novos helmet, I think I posted it in like a whole bunch of groups not to purchase
I saw an ad today for another one, and they were using a whole bunch of different YouTubers clips in it.
Yeah. So
Like
Really?
they were. I watched that guy on that was on Rogue 160, and that Gabe guy.
oh, Gabe, yeah,
He
Gabe.
he did a review where it was like the EFX and the Anovos one, and they used like 3 or 4 clips from his video in their ad, and like 5 other people's that I know. I saw him like, and
Wow.
So, and it
Yeah.
wasn't the same company that PJ was showing.
Yeah,
It was a whole different one. So these
it's
people are just stealing these clips and
yeah, and
throwing them out there.
and scamming people and stealing their money. So that's why I wanted to put
the boxes. It was like showing like EFX boxes and stuff in the clips because they were just taking them from people's videos, and I was like, "You're really showing like $700 helmets in your video for like a
Right.
$30 helmet?"
yeah. And it's just one of those things where I just wanted to like at least if I could like save a couple people from buying from that website, that's great. I just hate the fact that like my voice and my video is associated with that website, and it's just scary because again, I just don't want people like coming to me in like the streets like I bought that $50 helmet and I didn't get it. Where's my money? Like I don't want to be like, hey dude, like I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
But anyway,
There's nothing you can do about that.
yeah. Plus, I don't want like my my aunts and uncles like, hey, I bought like the helmet because I recognize your voice and it was a pretty good deal. Like I don't know, it's just crazy like how dangerous social media and Facebook can be, especially like to these scammers. This is like a whole different level, because sometimes you get those like robocallers, like hey, like or like those callers from like different country asking you for your, so like your social security number or your credit card information because they need to unlock something. I don't know, like with your account, or I don't know. It's just crazy, like how low people will go to scam someone. But anyway, yeah, Taylor, congrats on like the Novos helmet. I'm pretty sure like in the next episode we'll probably hear more of your pickups that you remember.
I keep thinking of some, so I have that Sabine helmet coming too from Anovos, the
okay,
paint job one.
Yeah, I with the Novos, it's just one of those where they just take their freaking time with their stuff. I just kind of wish they give you like how with Sideshow, like when you pre-order something, they give you like an estimated date when it's going to come out. With the Novos, it's not. There's no date. It just says interest list. You sign up for the interest list, and then next like they made some, and they're like, "Hey, would you like to purchase it now? Like you're in the interest list. Like, right. would you like to get off the list and buy this thing?" And you're like, "Wait a minute, like what? I'm not prepared to buy it." So it's just one of those things. Like it's really kind of frustrating. I wish they had a better system with selling their stuff. But all right. So let's move on to Thor, aka Vader Damas, who hasn't said a single word this whole time. I'm sure he's gonna grace us with not only his knowledge but his predictions of the next statue that will be made.
Vader Damas received 2 Star Wars T-shirts this week.
Oh my gosh!
A Boba Fett T-shirt and a Star Wars logo T-shirt. That is all.
Oh my goodness! And that's all for your pickups?
You see, Vader Damas is very meticulous. He has sat here and listened to y'all talking about y'all going to the poorhouse with all this pre-order. You see, Vader Damas is very meticulous, sir. You see, there is a pre-order coming that Vader Damas has been waiting for, predicted long time ago, and now it's coming to fruition. and myself and Lord Bane will be pre-ordering it next week.
Ready.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're gonna take this shit off.
I was gonna say you were in character for a good.
You played
like,
that character so long.
for 30
He
minutes.
can't breathe in this goddamn shit.
Yeah, for 30 minutes, like he hasn't said a word. Guys, like seriously, even before we went live for like a good 5 minutes, he hasn't said a word. So
He didn't say anything.
shout out to Thor for staying in. Well, he's still Vader Damas, with or without the extra, props. But anyway, Thor, like, where'd you get your t-shirts from?
They got one of my clothing websites. They had a sale, and they sold a. They back there somewhere. They had a Boba Fett T-shirt, and then just like a stuff, like, cause I ordered a Star Wars logo one with like the old one, like from the original movie, that kind of like squared off one. And the logo was like this kind of tiny. I was like, hey man, I should have ordered the regular one. So like I ordered the regular one, and it was a little bit bigger, but it was still kind of small. But the Boba Fett one's pretty cool. Only thing I don't like is it's like a gray T-shirt, and it's got like that I think it was either his first or second appearance in the Marvel comics. That's like the image on with him holding the gun, kind of like that. And it's pretty cool. So so I got those in.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Congrats, Thor. I'm pretty sure there's more Star Wars stuff, but see,
No,
one thing about Thor, I mean, he's a big Star Wars fan, but he's not as crazy in terms of like buying all these extra Star Wars merchandise as me, Taylor, and Will. But but when he buys something, it's like epic.
It's gold.
So it's gold. Exactly.
I just wait for shit, and then when it comes,
It's worth it.
yeah.
I blame. I didn't ever want to buy helmets or props or sabers and stuff, and I blame Matt.
I know. Matt is such
I
a
haven't even been on the show for a while, but when I watch and I'm listening to Matt and talking about these props and stuff, I'm like, man, I really should think about getting into that. And then I order this stuff, and I'm like, this stuff's really cool. Why? And then I just keep buying more. So
That shit don't faze me, bro.
yeah. So I know Thor's not into the props and stuff, but it's like I want to do more like life-size scale stuff.
I can't go that route.
So,
I think
It takes up so much room. That's the problem.
well,
yeah.
that and it just a lot of the money. Like
It is
like,
a lot of money too.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
And
like
it-
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as far as life-size like statues and stuff, like on Sideshow you can get life-size Boba and Vader and all that, but those things are like $8,000, and you can easily buy
build a costume for half that.
get the costume and put it on there. So that's kind of what I did. I mean, I made my 501st costume, and it just doubles as a display.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Have
kind of
you
like
actually done any 501 events yet?
Oh, dude, you got to get in them. I've done a bunch of them.
Well, I mean, you can't now. Yeah, it's COVID. Yeah, it's like,
That would, but like when
No,
COVID's over.
Yeah. So I'm just waiting, and
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
there's like no events right now anyway. So
yeah. Which hopefully by next year, when things is back to normal, somewhat back to normal, and I'm able to finish up my pre-Beskar Mando cosplay outfit, then hopefully, is it the 501st Will that we could get into, or is it a different?
For this one, yeah. Like you can also get into Rebel Legion and Mando Mercs, I think. So you can do 3. A lot of people have done all 3, but 501st does have a pre-Beskar Mando, which is great because then, even if you didn't, you could join the other ones and still attend a lot of the events, so it'd be fine. But
yeah,
you can go 501st. It's worth it. So Taylor, you really like it too. Like I've done a bunch of events. Like the reaction from people is totally worth it. So
yeah,
I've been dying to use my voice changer I made. So
you made one? Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
I've only like briefly shown it on here, but yeah.
For Kylo, when I do it, I use MyCom because it's recorded lines and it's super clear. It's like recorded lines, but for every interaction, you have something you can say that will work. and it's all in Kylo's voice, and it's in your glove, so you click the buttons in your glove, and it works really well for Kylo. Yeah.
Mine.
So-
I have a what is it called? It's I have to wear like a purse under the costume because
Right. Is it the Boss one?
Yeah.
Boss
I have the
V5 or something like that?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
used that, and I changed it to all kinds of settings to get my voice to sound like that, but not be kind of like still like my voice, but just in that tone. And
Right.
man, I love using that thing. So
It's fun. I like the pre-recorded because sometimes like with live dialogue, it can be hard to understand you. So like it's like pre-recorded, it's like super clear. It's like you have obviously no flexibility other than like picking lines that will work for whatever they say to you. But like, yeah. So it's like it's a give and take.
Yeah. I'm looking to get like a voice changer for when I pick up the Mando outfit.
I think that when you like can change your voice on your costume, and that like really sells it. So,
It does. PJ,
Yeah,
I got the MyCom. MyCom does templates for every character, and they have a Din Djarin one. So like, I'll have to show you. Like, it is like pre-recorded lines. You would think it would be kind of limiting, but it's not. Like, there's a line for every interaction you could possibly have. So like, it's in the character's voice. So it's like really, and there's a Mando one, and it's really good. So,
oh, cool.
It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I mean, because I went to some of the celebration, and you could see like some of these cosplayers like have like those voice changer, and like you guys said, like it takes it to a whole different level. Especially like I saw this girl, she was like a scout trooper, and I love how she was walking around like talking to people, and I'm just like, wow, that sounds freaking amazing. Like,
it's immersion.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just one of those things I've always wanted to be part of is the 501st and the, Rebel Legion and the Mandalorian Mercs. Because I always see them in Celebration. I always think their outfits are super cool. I just think they're super cool. And it's just one of those things I need to cross off my bucket list. And hopefully with this pre-Beskar Mando that I'm working on, which I'm really taking my time. I'm really doing the research with trying to get the right. And Will and I have been kind of like working together and trying to like see what's the best quality, I guess, goods that we could get to put our outfit together.
How are you doing like the chest plate and stuff? Are you having like someone make it on? Like,
there's
something.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are making the chest plates. Oh well, they'll strictly just make the armor. Like
are they like 3D printed or something, or
I don't know. It's either that or like a resin or something. Probably, I don't know.
Yeah, they probably do like a mold. They probably get like specs.
Yeah, it's like a mold, and then they paint it. Yeah,
yeah, like,
and then it's usually attached via Velcro, I think, to the chest.
Yeah. Like there's like a boba maker, like he makes just like he's I think he's
PJ,
quality.
you and I have his armor right so far.
Yeah, and which is actually the price he gave me wasn't so bad, and it's just one of those things where like he's going to take his time to make those things,
right?
And which I want him to take his time because I'm in no rush.
You got time, so
I got time. Like I
definitely do now.
Yeah, there's no celebration and there's no Comic-Cons, or I'm pretty sure there's no events anytime soon. So hopefully when things come together, I'll be ready, and I can't wait to rock that outfit. But just want to speaking of life size statues and helmets, I wanted to share this, and this is the Novos helmet alongside the life size The Child, which I got last week. And I'm sorry to people who are basically waiting for my review. I've been like in a little, I don't know, not drought, but like just in like a little hole where I just didn't want to make any videos. Plus I I'm been pretty busy with work, but I should have put out that that review last week, but it's just that I got to find time for it. But anyway, yeah, that life size child is really really nice. Definitely recommend it. I could see why people are complaining about it. Definitely from the prototype to the final production product, it definitely lost a little bit of its quality, right? Well, you could say that, right?
Yeah, but I would say that was probably to be expected. I
Yeah,
mean, like a lot of Hot Toys do that too. I mean,
Yeah.
so
yeah, a lot of Hot Toys do it. A lot of statues do it too.
Right.
There's very few companies that could like obtain that same quality. But you're thinking about like, when with like for example, Prime One. With Prime One, like what you see is what you get. But again,
Right.
look how much Prime One statues are. They're pretty.
Like you pay for it, right?
You pay for it. Like you pay for
Right.
it.
There are a couple things though, like with my Pennywise, where they like decided to drill a hole in the hand for the balloon.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yeah. So honestly, like I thought that would be a major deal. When I got it in hand, though, I don't even notice it at all. So, but it is like something that's a little bit different. They give you a real balloon too, so you can put it in his hand just regular, but you'd be filling it up every like 2 days. So I mean, it's like filling up a new one. But anyway, but yeah, like the child I think he's good. I like it overall. I mean, it's a step down slightly, but I'm still really happy with it.
Yeah, I'm super happy with it. The only gripe I have is the freaking the rosy cheeks.
I heard you could like literally wipe that off though.
Yeah, you can, and it's just one of those things. And I was saying in a different either video or live stream where someone was basically, or the painters in the factory was basically got distracted and started overpainting my cheeks. They were like, "Hey, it's lunchtime," and the guy was just like, "Huh?"
Right.
He just
kept just like, sure.
Oh, okay, good. What's for lunch? Like, and they overpainted my rosy cheeks. But again, it's one of those things where I think it's an easy fix, especially with like the thumb of your hand. You could just kind of like use your thumb and to wipe it off. And I've seen people do that. I've seen people use like a wet damp cloth and then just to wipe out the cheeks. It doesn't affect the paint on the actual child itself. Which is fine. But again, I think for the price for $375, it's so worth it. It is. Yeah. I mean, look at the legendary scale Yoda, right? That thing is $700, and it's the same size as the child. I mean, granted, Yoda's base is a little bit more intricate. With he's on a stump of a tree and stuff like that, and there's like dragonflies and whatnot, but that thing's $700. This child is $375.
I think you can still get their life-size Yoda on Sideshow, and I think he's like $2,000 or $3,000.
Yeah, he's about $3,000. So
right,
I mean, compare apples to apples. Like that thing's $3,000. This thing is $375. Like, so yeah, for the price, they really did a great job, and everyone's getting it, and just in time for Christmas. And just don't listen. For me, don't listen to those haters that are out there that are just hating on this child. I think it still looks better than the Hot Toys one, which I don't know. We shall see when Hot Toys comes out with theirs or releases their version of the child. I'll definitely do a comparison between the both of them. And I don't know. I love it. I love that thing. So
yeah, me too. The Hot Toys one would be really good if not for the ear seams. I feel like that is that's like literally a deal breaker for me. Like I'd probably get both of them if those ear seams were gone.
Yeah.
But with that, like it's literally a deal breaker for me. Like I can't. They're just such an eyesore. Like I don't know why they did that. I don't think you need to pose the ears. I don't think it's necessary. So
even on the smaller ones, it has the seams, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The smaller ones are. I don't know why. I
don't. Why would you need to pose the ears?
Just do different heads or something.
Yeah. Right.
Different ears.
Yeah. I know the child by Hot Toys. You could actually move the mouth. You could articulate.
Yeah,
the
you
mouth.
can. Yep.
Which is so weird because you could articulate the mouth, but you can't articulate the ears. you had
Right.
to like use like interchangeable ears. It's so weird. It's so weird how
Yeah.
they did that. But anyway, speaking of more child stuff, let's talk about the deluxe Mando, which
Ooh.
I'm definitely getting this. I don't know who else is in here is getting this this figure, this quarter
I'm
scale.
thinking about it.
Yeah. Will, you said you were getting this, right?
Man, I'm so conflicted on this. I'm so conflicted because like originally, I think I told you, PJ, like when this originally came out, like
Mhm.
as was announced, I was like, I think I'm definitely in for this because I really love how it looks. Like I tend to prefer 1/4 scale in statues. So
Mhm.
like generally speaking, if I'm gonna get a quarter scale figure, like I probably want a statue. So just because I prefer that in that scale.
Mhm.
But this one looks really, really good. I feel like it's pretty highly priced. So like that's my one hesitation with it. I mean, I guess a statue of similar scale or same scale would be about the same, but
I
it's
think
just
this one is
yeah.
more than the sideshow statue.
Because what's the
Yeah.
premium
Or
format
it's-
going for? It's about 600 or something.
Yeah, it's 600, but the thing is, with this is the deluxe version. I
Right,
think
with the base, right?
with the base. So I think the regular version, just the
I think it was like
Mando,
560 or
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
550.
the regular
500.
version and the statue are about the same price.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Are you guys getting the regular or the deluxe?
I'm get
Oh,
well
it
because
would be deluxe, I think.
I'm crazy, so I'm getting the deluxe just
Right.
because.
Taylor, you getting this too?
I'm thinking about it. I'm waiting on the.
Are you sure you want? Because in a month or
That's why I
two.
said I'm waiting.
Okay, all right.
You got
I'm
time to
waiting.
think about it.
Yeah,
There's a possible fan art one that might change my mind.
Oh yes.
okay.
Really,
Oh yes.
See,
it does look really good, but
here's the thing, though. Here's the pluses with like a figure like this as opposed to a statue, right? So a figure like this, you could always change the pose. And you could like swap out the accessories and all these things.
Mhm.
But then again, let's see it from a statue point of view. Like, how many times are you going to repose your figure? It's just one of those things you find like the perfect pose and you never touch it again. So with a statue, they create the perfect pose.
Mhm.
And it's one of those things where it's timeless, right? Like every time you look at that pose or that statue, it's just one of those things where you're like, oh, that looks amazing. Certain statues like for example, that Gambit statue by Sideshow, like it's like so dynamic. You can never get that with a figure. That thing will
Right.
be falling all over the place, right?
Well, my thing with Hot Toys versus statues is like,
Mhm.
for this Mandalorian, it's like this is perfect because
Mhm.
you could pose it however you want and then leave it like that forever. That's fine.
Mhm.
But for me, when I look at Hot Toys, especially when it's like an unmasked character, the face is set how it's always ever going to be,
Mhm.
no matter what way you pose it or anything. So whatever you do, the face might not actually fit how you display it, or that's how I see it. So I'll see a lot of people display their hot toy and they'll do some action pose or whatever, and then the head sculpt just completely doesn't match that.
Yeah, that's true. No, you make a great point with that.
That's my thing. Like the statue, they already make it look how it should look for the scene it's portraying,
Right.
and it's like
That-
that's it. This is all you get. This is how it looks. And with this one, because it's a masked character, you can display it however you want, and you could actually switch it up. Like for me, if I got this, I would probably get the statue as well, and then make this one do something that
Different.
it wouldn't ever get done as a statue pose.
Yeah.
Right.
It could be really cool as this hot toy, and it won't look awkward to me, at least, because he's a masked character. So there's nothing that's not bringing that life or presence to the display.
I agree.
Right. Yeah, and the Mando premium format pose, I'm not crazy about, to be honest. Like I really wanted to get that. I just feel like his body's turned a little bit too far one direction. And it just, I would
Yeah.
get this over the premium format personally.
And seriously, like with Hot Toys coming out with this version of the
Right.
Mando, and obviously there are a lot of people out there that don't want to get a statue and a Hot Toy. So for the people that are not a big fan of the statue, this is a great option. To be honest, it is, in my opinion, as much as I like that Sideshow statue, I think this is a better option. Just because it comes with so many things like the satchel, the child, the what's that called? Oh my gosh, I can't the web e-web cannon. It's just a lot of things, and the base itself is not bad. Like, it's a little bit busy, but I always like that kind of stuff with the base. And you could achieve so many great poses with this thing. And look at how the details, like paint application on the helmet.
Right.
It comes with that light, so it comes with a jetpack. So this is a really, really good option for a lot of Mandalorian collectors out there. And if I was only able to pick one, I would definitely pick this Hot Toys version. Not to say if there's maybe a fan out pieces out there that might be better. But again, for those who just want to like achieve many different poses with their collectible, this is a great option.
Right.
And this is definitely a must buy for me. Thor, I mean, what's your thoughts are on, like, I know you don't collect Hot Toys, but I mean, is this something like you might consider if they didn't have like a quarter scale fan art statue or a licensed statue?
Not a chance in hell.
Oh my goodness!
Because, I mean,
game over, man.
It
Game
looks
over.
Nice. It looks nice and everything. It just, I figured out a long time ago, I'm too old to be posing shit. You know what I mean? And I literally, like, the one Hot Toy I had, I literally tossed across the fucking room.
I'm not a huge fan of posing either, honestly.
Yeah, I'm too old for that shit. But I mean, it looks nice. Base is a little busy for me, but for those who don't mind posing stuff, I think it's a great option. Sure.
Yeah. And this is and that's a great point too, Thor, because it's just one of those things where posing does take a lot of time, a lot of effort. You're switching out the hands. You're trying to make the gun fit in their hands, and it's a lot of work. It's not like you just it's just one of those things, like, you just can't just put it up there and you can just start looking at it. Yeah. So again, great points from from both aspects of collecting. We'll address the chat real quick before I continue on with my pickups. So we got Aaron Maestro in the house. It goes, I just want Prime 1 to announce that they got the Star Wars license so I can have a focus.
I can't.
It's not gonna happen. You'd go bankrupt too, PJ.
I would seriously, like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I would do. Especially if they did like 1/3, which what they're known for most of the time, it'll be just game over, man. Are they custom fitted or is it generic and might look bulky or fit funky? I'm not sure.
You talking about y'all helmets?
Oh, the helmets. No, it's generic, and with the Novos ones, you could actually put some padding so that it fits your face. So it's pretty cool. That photo, the child looks like a little big. It might be the photo. Plus, I probably had it pushed forward closer to the camera. It's Christmas time. Rosy cheeks is good. Actually, that's a good point. If people don't want to go ahead and try to erase the rosy cheeks, you could pretend that the child's outdoors in the cold or something. We've got Darth Tabernacle in the house, but then the faces on statues are never as realistic as 1/6 figures. That is a great point. But not to take anything away from statues, you're starting to see statues catching up to capturing the likenesses of the characters. Again, this bad boy here,
Joker.
The Joker. We got Queen Studios.
Did you see that Wonder Woman?
Oh my goodness!
By
J&D Studios.
Dude, I got the Prime one. Bane, he's incredible.
Yeah. So there are a lot of like statue companies starting to catch up to to capturing the likenesses of the characters that we grown to love. Statue faces just have a cartoon look. Wonder why they can't get realistic painting. Again, Vader Undershorts. It's just one of those things where depends on the company, right? Again, someone like J&D Studios and Queen Studios, where they're really knocking it out. They're hitting some home runs with their portraits.
It's just a matter of how much money you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Although I think Queen Studios has been really good with their
pricing.
with their price point. I mean, this Joker was like $900 for a 1/3 scale, which is insane. Vader shows I was talking at the time about your Mando armor, of course.
Oh yeah, that's just generic too, generic size. But I've never seen anyone where it looked weird.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna move on. But before we move on, want to say Darth Bane has to leave us, but he'll be with us in the next episode for the full one, actually. So from beginning to end. But Taylor, thank you for joining tonight's episode.
Yeah, and I can make it for a little bit.
Yes, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, latest, guys.
All right, later.
Yeah.
Until the next time.
Till the next time.
Gotta go enforce the rule of 2.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It is the only way.
Yes.
Latest, guys.
Later. All right, so I do want to talk about one more thing before we move on. Now, in terms of my continuing on with my pickups, I mean, I picked up a whole bunch of things. I actually got the Darth Sidious lightsaber by Hasbro, the Force Effects one. It's great. I love that thing. The hilt itself is heavy, good quality. I love the lightsaber effects it makes. I love the stand that it comes with. I had the Revan one, which I unboxed it at the same time, and I have to say, putting them side by side, it's such a shame that they went cheap with the Revan one with the quality of the material, as opposed to the Sidious one. Sidious one is really, really nice. It's like metal. Has a nice finish to it, like a nice shiny finish to it. It's heavy, has a good weight to it. The Revan one, I think they use like aluminum for the hilt. It's really cheap looking. I just wasn't really impressed with the Revan. Definitely recommend the Sidious if you guys are on the fence on picking up one out of the two. The Sidious one is definitely a better deal. What else did I get? Oh my gosh, I got some more Adidas Star Wars shoes.
Nice.
Actually, my wife, she wanted there because apparently there's a pre-Beskar Adidas Mandalorian shoe, but it only comes in kids. So my wife was eyeing those shoes for a while. She got the Baby Yoda ones, and she was like, "F it, I'm gonna buy the pre-Beskar ones." So she bought the pre-Beskar ones. So we have seriously in the past week we bought 4 pairs of Adidas Mandalorian shoes. It's insane. This is seriously insane, guys. There is so many Star Wars Mandalorian merchandise out there, and it's crazy. I love it. I seriously love it. And I got to come to a point where I got to go, hey, I can't buy all the Mandalorian merchandise out there. It's getting ridiculous, which we'll talk about
too
it.
Much.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that as one of our topics a little bit later on. I know, Thor. I'm with you. That seriously slapped me across the face and kind of woke me up and made me realize that it's getting insane.
Right.
But then again, there are new Star Wars fans out there because of the Mandalorian that are coming into the collecting game, into buying the merchandise. For example, I ran across this new employee that started in my job, and she saw my jacket. I was wearing one of my Star Wars jackets to work, And she's like, "Oh, you're a Star Wars fan?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a pretty big one." She goes, "Oh, you know, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I love The Mandalorian." And she was like, she goes, "I thought I wouldn't like it just because it's Star Wars, but that show is amazing and I love the child." So
I hear the same things.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, how many people this show is capturing, like new Star Wars fans. Like,
It's a home run.
Yeah. And Vader Damas has mentioned that his mom has got it into the show, right? Vader Damas.
Well, I mean, she always been a fan though. But when I hear people say that I'm not a fan, but like The Mandalorian, I be like, well, damn it, you a fan then?
Yeah,
that shit. Oh yeah, well, no, you're a fan. So just
right.
The thing about it is, see, y'all weren't around when the original trilogy was actually in the movies, were you? Or were you?
No,
okay, yeah.
I wasn't born yet, but I mean, I was still.
I was born in 91, so I was
definitely. This is how it was.
Yeah,
people was going crazy just like this. And
right.
It was all this merchandise. It was exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Just like.
Which is great because now we're bringing new Star Wars fans into the picture, and they're coming in droves. Like, I would say that there's more Star Wars fans now as opposed to when The Force Awakens came to the movie theaters, right? Like, I never heard, like when The Force Awakens came to the movie theaters, there wasn't a lot of like Star Wars merchandise out there as much as the Mandalorian. Like, there wasn't like no Kylo Ren makeup palette, like there was no like Kylo Ren
cereal,
green tea or cereal
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's crazy that the Mandalorian is like everywhere. Like, everywhere you go, there's like the child pajamas, socks, mask. It's crazy. And I don't know, I love it. I love to see new fans coming into the Star Wars universe, and I'm really happy that I get to share my passion and love with the new fans, and I really hope it keeps on growing, and I really hope that we get more content like this so that more and more people can appreciate Star Wars for what it is. One more thing that I wanted to talk about before we move on to our topics. Guys, like, what the hell is, speaking of stuff, like, look at this thing. Like, there is like another EFX Mandalorian helmet, and this is supposedly season 2.
Okay, let me ask you something. Is that metal?
I think so. Let's see.
I thought it was. No, it's fiberglass. Fiberglass.
Yeah, okay, so fiber.
I can deal with that.
That's like what an Innovos always is.
$700 for that. If it's because the Innovos that I had seen up close, that shit felt like straight plastic.
Did it? Wow. Okay.
It really did. And I was like, yeah, I can't pay no $700 for this.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny. Innovos can be like really hit or miss because I have their Kylo helmets and I love them. But like, I've heard their Mando helmets, like I heard the paint's not accurate. And then also it can be like fingerprints, like PJ said. And like, I'm not paying $700 for that.
But I mean, it looked, don't get me wrong, it looked great. But when like when you touch it and then you act, because it was a Vader helmet, and then you took like the top portion off, and then you saw like the straps and stuff underneath. It looked like something you bought from Walmart. It was like, they put $700 for this shit, and I was like, yeah, nah. That's why I can't really get to the helmet game, because I just can't do it.
Yeah,
I have the Vader EFX, and it's really nice. If you paint it up, get someone to paint it, it looks great.
Yeah,
it's like $350, something like that.
Well, that ain't bad.
Yeah, it's not. It's plastic though. I'm pretty sure. Like I don't think it's fiberglass. It's not fiberglass.
Yeah.
So, but it's nice.
Thor, we gotta get you seriously. Like, I'm gonna start like a
GoFundMe. I'm telling you right now.
No, I want to start GoFundMe and get you a Vader helmet that you
don't do
it. Play.
Don't do it.
Why you don't want? You wouldn't.
It's that for that. I just can't. That I can't justify paying that much money.
No, I mean, say say there was a Vader helmet that was like $300, and like you could like like that, like, dude, you're the Vader guy. Like,
well, no, I get it. Don't get me
Vader
wrong. I think it's the same reason that I don't like busts. You know what I mean? It's like just seeing one portion of whoever just doesn't excite me. You know what I mean?
I'm not huge on busts either.
Yeah, to me that's like in that neighborhood. Like, it's like it wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah. I can't explain it.
yeah, I mean, would you like? All right, how about like if Queen Studio starts making like life-size busts, right? Like we're talking about like Emperor Palpatine, Admiral Akbar. You got Princess Leia. You got they wouldn't do.
Maybe a statue, yeah, but bust. I just can't do bust.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I have a couple. I have the Pennywise bust, but that's it. Like I don't really like them.
Yeah, for me, I don't know what I would do with busts. See, the thing is, like, I love busts, but it just takes up. Even though you don't think it's gonna take up a lot of room, it's going to take up a lot of room.
Yeah, if it's 1-to-1, it will.
Yeah, if it's 1-to-1, it will take up a lot of room, especially if you start collecting a whole bunch of them. Like, you just have to dedicate like your collection just to sticking with life-size busts at that point. But for me, yeah, I mean, I like busts. Depends on what it is. I would love to get like a Boba Fett bust. But then again, with things like that, you might as well just like get like make your own bust. You know what I'm saying? Like get like what's that RS Props does with their stuff? Like they get like half of the costume and like the helmet and stuff like that. They don't really go crazy and trying to go crazy with the details in the bust. So I don't know. Bust is a different kind of game for me.
Yeah, there are some that I like, but I don't know. There's something about them, like Thor said. Like it's just like it's kind of jarring to me. It's like half of a piece almost, or a quarter of a piece, and it's just I'd rather like if I had the same situation, like if I could pay for a 1-to-1 bust or get like a 1/3 scale or 1/4 scale statue, I'd get the statue.
Yeah,
like every time.
Yeah, that's true. And same with me. I would definitely get the statue.
Right.
But for me, this thing right here, I think this is a cash grab. I don't know if I would pay, especially if you have like the Anovos, or you have like someone from like a helmet maker, or even the previous EFX version. Like, what the hell is the difference?
I'm about to say I don't really see much difference if it's a little bit shinier.
Right. It's a little bit shinier, it looks like, yeah.
That's it.
But the weathering also looks very minimal on this one, actually.
Yeah, this is like basically a clean version of the helmet. Maybe this is the helmet from episode 2. I don't know.
Right.
But it's seriously, I wouldn't pay like another
$750 is a steep price.
It is
plus shipping and tax. It's an $800 piece at least. It's like $850 probably.
Yeah. So. I mean, it's a great opportunity for people that missed out on the first one to pick this one up. But to me, for those people that already have one of these, like, this is a total cash grab. But there's a but. For me, those who are looking not to spend $700, there is this EFX, not EFX, a Hasbro Black Series helmet, Mandalorian helmet that's coming out, which is I think $120. And I think this is a great option for people that don't want to spend $700 or $300 for a helmet. Right. And maybe this is something where they could kind of like use this to play around and put it on around the house. It comes with the flashlight, which you can light up
around the house.
Around the house,
just walking around the house and light up everything in your house.
Wait, he's like, hold on, wait, the power went out. Hold on, let me get my man.
Hold on, let me put the helmet on. Just like light the whole house up.
Oh wait, I gotta build this. I gotta fix this circuit breaker. Let me get my Mandalorian helmet with the
There's always a reason to put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but this looks good. I think this looks good for $120.
I think so too.
I mean, it's not as movie accurate or TV accurate as the original helmet, but I think it does well. It does the job, And I'll definitely get this just to put it alongside my other Black Series Star Wars helmets. And for those people that don't want to spend $700 or $300 on a helmet, this is a great opportunity, like a choice or alternative. It looks great, and I just I don't know what your thoughts are on this, Will.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a really good option for anyone who doesn't want to spend $750. I honestly think like being like, a cosplayer, like I honestly feel like this probably could work if you painted it. Like if you took it to someone who really like could paint this well, you could probably turn this into something really nice.
Yeah.
So, and maybe if you like gutted the inside and put it with lining and like with some padding and stuff, I think you could make this really nice. And for you pay like half the price total of what you pay for an EFX. So like, this is, I know several people who are getting this, and like it'll look great as a display piece too. It's not going to be 100% obviously, but like Black Series are generally pretty good. Like generally, like I would say this will be nice, and I would definitely recommend. I'm probably not going to get it, but because I already have the LE props one that was painted, and it's beautiful. But I don't feel like I need to. I'm not as crazy. I love Mando. I'm not as crazy into the line as you are. Like I'm like. I get most things, but
I love how you signal me out there, Will.
Hey,
but you're right. You're absolutely
shoes,
right.
The kids' shoes, like you're deep into the Mando line. So
I'm so deep, it's not even funny. It's
right.
Like I am knee deep. I'm not even knee deep. I'm talking about like neck deep into like the Mando line.
Right. Hey, the Mandalorian cereal though. Side note, it's actually really good.
Like you got it.
Yeah, I got like.
Sure, I'm the one that's.
It's like really hard to find now though. Like you can't find it. So I wanted to get one just to keep for forever, but like I ate them all. So like they were. It's really good though. Yeah, it's really good. So anyone who's out there looking at the Mando cereal, if you can still find it, it's pretty good. Yeah. So, but anyway, I like the helmet.
Yeah, and Thor, what's your thoughts on this helmet? Real quick.
I mean, it's nice. It's better option. I think it's more palatable than paying $700. Right. If you're like Halloween costume level, for something like this.
Yeah.
Plus you can come in with your chaps on and impress the wife.
Oh my God. Shine a light on it.
Yeah, you come in.
Oh gosh.
We can take you out warm, we can take you out cold.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody's definitely gonna do that now.
Oh yeah, and someone's gonna
tell them Vader Dama sent you.
There you go.
I think for me this is a great option. I'm most likely will get it just because it's $100. And you could probably get it in your GameStop, trade in some games and make it cheaper. For me, it's one of those things like I'll play around with the kids. All the kids will play around with this thing. One thing I love about this helmet is the fact that the liner has some details in it, or the inside of the helmet has some details in it. You can see like there's some like electronic like devices all around inside the helmet, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, for $120, you cannot go wrong. Highly recommend it. I have the Black Series Boba, which I play around with all the time with the kids. It's a great option. But yeah, it's kind of getting ridiculous, and my collecting habits has become ridiculous at this point. Like what the hell am I doing? Which is a good segue to our first topic of the night, which is it getting out of hand, guys? Is it seriously getting out of hand? Is the Mandalorian merchandise getting out of hand? We'll start off with Thor's thoughts on this thing.
I said this last week. I said I don't want them running into the ground, and so I think yes, a little bit it is. I mean, do we need Baby Yoda green tea? I don't think so. I mean, I've seen candy bars. I went to Family Dollar and they got plush Baby Yodas.
What? They have it in the
yes, sir. Family Dollar. They got them in Family Dollar. I mean, you basically can't go anywhere. Very soon, I'm pretty sure they got Happy Meals and all that kind of stuff.
No, they got worse than. Can I show you something? They got worse than Happy Meals, man.
Yeah,
they got worse than. They got Frappuccino. at
Yeah.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got a Frappuccino Baby Yoda in Starbucks.
Baby Yoda has invaded all aspects of
But
life.
I don't know, man. After this last episode, Baby Yoda might be on borrowed time, man.
Which we'll talk about
Right.
when we get to
We're
that.
gonna find out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you think it's getting out of hand? It's already out of hand, and they're slowly running this to the ground.
I mean,
Do you,
it's. I think it's starting to get a little overboard, just in my opinion. I mean,
are people getting sick of it, or is just us like the more hardcore fans getting sick of it, and this is a great thing for the casual fan?
I don't know. I mean, I know they got to market it, but it's some. I mean, we just don't need everything. You know what I mean? I can see and shoes and clothes and action figures, but it's some stuff just doesn't need to be made.
Well, quick question, Thor, because I know you grew up with the original trilogy and being in the movie theater. Was it crazy like this with the merch?
It was.
Really?
It's some stuff back then you don't have now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was. They had matter of fact, on eBay. Usually each movie it would be, I don't know if it was Burger King or who. I think it usually was Burger King. They had like glasses, and because there's a Return of the Jedi glass set. I think it was. You can go on eBay and put like Return of the Jedi glass set, and they had it might have been McDonald's. I don't know. And they had one from Empire. I don't think there was one for New Hope because I was 2 when A New Hope came out, so I can't remember that. But yeah, they had all kind of Happy Meals and, of course, all the toys and clothes and pajama underoos. Underoos was like that was you couldn't show up to school unless you had your underoos t-shirt on.
Oh wow.
So that was big back in the day. But yeah, they had a lot of stuff. It ain't no doubt about it. I had sheets,
Yeah.
And,
so you would say it's about the same, or do you think the Mandalorian's a little bit more?
Well, because there's more things available now than there was back then, like far as just common day stuff. Back then it was just like clothes, toys. I don't remember any cereal. I don't remember any besides like Happy Meals and stuff. I don't remember like Darth Vader candy bars and all that stuff. I mean, they might have had it, but I don't remember that. Of course, they had comic book. I'm surprised they haven't started a Mandalorian comic book. That's something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they haven't.
I'm a little shocked on that one, but maybe because they're trying to keep the story for the show and they don't want to elaborate on it just yet. Maybe I probably would say after the show is over, you might start seeing comic books because they want to keep it under wraps a little bit. If you notice, there's no Ahsoka books, there's none of that stuff either. So I think it might be Filoni just keeping that in house.
Wait, can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, because I think I'm frozen. I'm gonna restart.
Frozen me.
You ain't frozen?
No, like my screen is frozen, so I'm gonna just restart it real quick. You guys go ahead, talk amongst yourselves.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a lot of stuff. I mean, don't get it twisted. I can't sit here and recount everything, but they're pumping it out a lot faster now than they were back then. It would be the bulk of it would come out obviously around the time the movie would come out. So you had most of the time between movies until say 6 months or so before the movie came out, it was mostly toys and sheets and pajamas and stuff like that. Then you started to get, when the movie started coming out, you had all this little promotional kind of stuff. Now you're getting Baby Yoda pizzas and it's
Baby Yoda green tea every
day.
day.
Green tea. When I saw the green tea, I was like, really, y'all green? We need Baby Yoda antioxidants. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it is a little bit out of hand for sure. I think part of it is, you guys have talked about it, I think, making up for missed time with Baby Yoda. Clearly season 1, they tried to keep it as hush-hush as possible, so there was no Baby Yoda merch, and now they're just pumping it out like crazy to meet the demand. So is it probably too much? Probably, But like honestly, for the casual fan, it probably is a good thing because I think it's probably too much for like maybe us.
Okay.
But like for the casual fan, like I mean,
But
they
you
don't.
know what? You know what I'm noticing is on these Mando Mondays, whatever happened on the episode is product is getting produced from that episode on that Monday. Like
So
for
they were
example,
prepared for this, yeah.
you see the what was it? The Funko Pop
Yeah.
of the chick with the frog lady. Or they had Baby Yoda eating the eggs. That pop came out that Monday. So whatever happens on the episode, the products for that episode come out that Mando Monday.
Right.
And the original trilogy ain't never do that shit. So it wasn't, they wasn't producing stuff at that rate.
Yeah, this is definitely the most merchandised Star Wars film I've ever seen.
Yeah,
but like, I mean, because like PJ said, the sequel trilogy was merchandised, but not to this level. I mean, like and a lot of it wasn't going as fast as Mando stuff is. I mean, like it's like you can still find like Kylo sabers and everything else in there, but like Mando stuff like is going, like Baby Yoda especially, like so many casual fans, like kids, like people who have kids and stuff, like they want a Baby Yoda. So it's like it's appealing to literally even fans, like not even Star Wars fans, people who just like haven't even watched The Mandalorian will get one and they've heard about Baby Yoda and they'll buy something like that. So like it's crazy.
Yeah. By the way, sorry guys, like my computer crashed. It crashed because I was trying to share the green tea Baby Yoda like freaking web page. And it's funny, like I try to share that thing and my computer crashes. Even my computer cannot handle any more Baby Yoda stuff.
Trust it, they got it. Go Google
it. Yeah. But it's just one of those things where no, I agree with you guys. This is like it's getting out of hand, but then again, that's just for me. I've seen some collectors out there who just strictly just collect Baby Yoda stuff. Like they have like a whole like display case of pops, plushies, like the child statue by Sideshow. You know, it's crazy how much attention this show is getting, which is great. And it's just showing that if they kind of like, I don't know, for me, like with this show, they really stuck with the roots of, what made Star Wars great. So to see that into the show and being so well received with a lot of the fans is, it's a great opportunity for Lucasfilms to kind of continue that same, process with other shows. Right. Like, so hopefully we get the same kind of like love with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Like, and
I think we will.
I hope so. Like, can you imagine like next they'll start pumping out like everything from the Kenobi show, like Anakin, I don't know, is supposed to make an appearance. So hopefully we get more stuff out of him, Obi-Wan and whatever else like they got in store for that show.
I think Deborah Chow is directing, like show running the Obi-Wan show, right? And she did a couple episodes of Mando, I know, and they were like some of the best ones. Like they were, I mean, all the episodes are good, really, but like she's gonna nail this. So
oh yeah, absolutely,
yeah, it's gonna be great.
But yeah, I mean, Vader Undershow says Star Wars licensing was always crazy. Nothing new here. Star Wars merch was wall to wall at Toys R Us, which is true. The most I've seen like wall to wall stuff was with the Phantom Menace, and that's the last time I saw something like that crazy. Like I remember going to Toys R Us and like there was so much like Phantom Menace stuff, and even like with the if you go to McDonald's back then, there was like a lot of like Star Wars like Happy Meals and things like that. So I'm not sure if you remember that, Will, from I know you grew up with the prequels.
Yeah, I did. Like, and I remember seeing the prequels when I was like pretty young in the theaters, and I remember seeing Phantom Menace actually. I don't really remember the merch too much, honestly. Like, I don't like, because I think I was like a casual Star Wars fan at that point. Like, and I think I've told the story on here before. Like, I'm a different type of Star Wars fan and how I came into it. Like, basically, what made me a Star Wars fan was actually The Force Awakens. So, like, And like, there's a lot of people I think that were like me in that way. Like I had seen the Star Wars films, I had seen all of them, but like it had been a while since I had seen them, and I wasn't like, I was definitely more into Marvel than I was Star Wars. But then Force Awakens came out, and I just like fell in love with it, and then I like started watching the old ones again, and like really got into it. And that's when I started. Kylo Ren. That's why Kylo is still my favorite character, because I feel like he is like my attachment to Star Wars. Like I started doing his 501st costume, and then like it just like I got into everything Star Wars. So like I'm a little bit different in that sense. Like that's why Force Awakens is still my favorite. So like, but because I have an emotional connection to it. But yeah, as far as merch goes, yeah.
Well, Force Awakens is still my favorite sequel movie. But we'll move on to the breakdown of the. I mean, there's other topics, but we talk so much that we can't get to all the topics. I'll save it for the next episode, but let's break down the Mandalorian season 2, episode 2. And this episode is called The Passenger, which it's, in this episode, Baby Yoda got a lot of attention, not for his cuteness, but for the things he's done. But we'll start off with Thor, and what's your thoughts are on this episode? Like, did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay?
I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It started off strong, with he's coming back from the crate dragon thing, and these guys try to ambush him and Baby Yoda and steal all of it. They try to take Baby Yoda and everything, and he fought him off. And I was watching a video. They said the guy with a knife, that was a Jawa, is what they were saying. Yeah,
they were saying that he was like an unmasked Jawa, which he sounded like a Jawa.
I thought it was one of those things. Like, remember in Rogue One, they had like that short dude, and he had like these whiskers and stuff, and he had like this. I thought it was one of them. I don't know what species it is, but I thought anyhow, it doesn't really matter. So he takes care of him and everything, and his bike is destroyed, and he's got to hike it back to Mos Eisley and everything. And he hooks up with the doc lady, and then they hook him. He's playing. Sabak with this insect dude. I forgot their species name too, and he knows where the Mandalorians are. But the catch is you got to ferry this frog lady with these embryos to
Well, I just really want to touch upon that ant-looking creature alien thingy in the playing Sabak with Pelimoto. So the director of this episode was actually Peyton Reed, who was the director for Ant-Man. So I thought that was like a little nod to, or maybe a little Easter egg, for him, especially that the alien creature that was playing Sabak with Pelimoto was a freaking ant. So anyway,
that makes sense.
So
then the hitch is you get the information where the Mandalorians are. But this frog lady knows her husband has seen them on wherever they're going. So you got to take her to her destination, and you can't use hyperspace because it'll kill the embryos and everything. Conveniently. Right. So anyhow, he gets out there, and then next thing you know, a rebel patrol shows up, and they want all his information. He doesn't have his beacon on, and then he has to run from them, so he's not identified. Crash lands on this planet. Here's where it starts to get. It got to a point on this show where I was like, what does this have to do with the overall story? You know what I mean? And I was like, is this a filler? This is like filler. Like, we only got 8 episodes. You know what I mean? I'm like, shouldn't it be a little bit more urgency to get to like the ultimate point of the season? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, ultimately you got, but I think one thing that a lot of people looked over was Baby Yoda actually talked in this episode. It was
that's a great point. Yeah,
he did kind of like kind of thing, but
something like that.
And I had to watch it. I'm like, this man would just talk. So, then they crash land on this ice planet, and Frog Lady's freaking out because their eggs are gonna die if they don't get to where they are and everything. And she finds a way to communicate to Mando, and look, we gotta get where we're going. And then next thing, she gets in a whole bunch of trouble. Baby Yoda eats a spider embryo, and the next thing this show turns into a Star Wars horror movie.
It really did.
It did, yeah. So, and they're fighting these things off, and he's burning them, and they're running for their lives, and they had a big mother spider, and then he's getting. And this is the part that I actually like. I was like, why didn't he do that in the first place? So, he did a little bit of repair work, but it didn't look like he got that much done. And next thing you know, they're taking off, and I was like, wait a minute. Why didn't he just do that in the first place? And they just take the freak off, So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then ultimately, then the mama comes back and looked like he was done for. And then, Filoni was playing one of the rebel guys, and this attack, and they end up helping him out. And they talked to Mando and said, look, you got a warrant and everything, but we can overlook it because you helped out and everything. And then that was it. They took off, and I was like, and I thought about it after it was over, and then I watched it again with my wife because she came later, and I was like, on the scheme of things, we really didn't need this episode. You know what I mean? Like, if you saw that, I'm quite sure. I mean, I guess the whole point was he needed her to find these Mandalorians, but I just felt like they just stuck this episode in there just to have, and I just don't think with 8 episode season you need to do that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't terrible. But I just kind of felt like it was filler already. You know what I mean? That makes sense. So it was okay. It
was okay.
Yeah.
So 1 to 10.
Another thing, Baby Yoda's starting to get on my nerves because he's eating the embryos and everything. I mean, I could care less that he eats her embryos, but I'm like, this is the whole point while we're doing this. If you eat all the embryos, this chick not gonna tell us what these Mandalorians are. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like. And then this Baby Yoda fan who I talked to, she's, oh no, he's a baby. That's baby too. I was like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. So it was okay. That's but I just felt like it was filler way too early.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right. Will, what's your thoughts on this episode?
So yeah, I'm mostly with Thor on this one. I think I maybe liked it a little bit more. I liked it. It's definitely filler. It's 100%. I mean, I think the first episode was definitely better, but overall, I enjoyed this one. Like Thor said, like I think in the opening, moments of the episode, like the first however minutes, where they kind of like attack Mando there, that was really cool actually. Like I really enjoyed that, and the jetpack and flying dude up there, that was really cool. So like that I really liked. Like, and the spider thing I actually was a fan of, because like that was something I hadn't really felt like I'd seen in Star Wars before. Like I felt like that was like, to me at least, just with seeing sequel trilogy and the original trilogy and prequels and stuff like that, the films. And then this was like, Thor said, it felt like a Star Wars horror movie. I was like, this is intense. And like, this is like, and it became claustrophobic, which I really liked. Like them getting into the ship. And I'm like, I don't know where else they would go, but it didn't seem like a good idea. I'm like, because if the spiders get in the ship and you can't stop them, you're done. You have nowhere to go. So, and he was burning them, and that was great. But yeah, like I still love Baby Yoda. Like the eating of the eggs thing. I heard actually some people had a problem with that. Like I heard there was like some uproar about it. So I'm not exactly sure what that was about, but like, I mean, I didn't really think about it, to be honest, but like, I think one interesting point that I think you guys might have talked about before is like, how is Baby Yoda's time, are his days numbered? You know what I mean? On this show. And that's what I'm wondering, because like, it's so weird. Honestly, even in the second season, it's so weird to think about Mandalorian without Baby Yoda. So but like you can't do it forever. Like you can't do the let's protect Baby Yoda thing forever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's going to be weird when that does eventually happen. Do you guys think that after season 2, that'll be the end? Like, cause I don't know.
I mean, as much as I like Baby Yoda and I don't want to see him not be in the show, but I think Thor had mentioned this quite a few times, that I think they can't go on forever with Baby Yoda. Like I think they have to drop him off somewhere, and that's why I'm telling you guys, I'm making this prediction that Luke Skywalker is going to be in the show. It's going to be.
I've also heard Ahsoka. So you
also heard that
100% Ahsoka going, and that's where I think Baby Yoda is going to end up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I know she's in one episode, but I didn't know if she was going to take him.
Well, they saying that that's she's getting the show,
right?
So I think he's going to end up on the show with her, so he can get trained or whatever. And then I was watching something, and this guy was saying that he thinks Baby Yoda is the future of the Jedi. Because they said Yoda began teaching at 90 years old, and Baby Yoda's 50.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then, the species is apparently very powerful in the Force.
Mhm.
So who, with the Force sensitive ranks very thin at this point in the timeline, then what if you are going to start a new Jedi Order or whatever? I mean, I think that's why the Empire wants them so badly. I guess I don't know if it's get Metachlorians or whatever off. They didn't want to say that, but that just seemed what they were doing.
Mhm.
But I would like to hear from Gideon or whoever what the ultimate why they want this child so badly, or they just don't want him to go that route and start another Jedi order or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think
that's got to be explored.
Yeah. I think he's going to end up with Ahsoka, and then they're definitely not going to just wipe him off the map completely.
Yeah,
but I think far as being with Mando, this season is it for him. You know what I mean? Because
really, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like they might run it one more season. Like I feel like they might run Baby Yoda through season 3.
I don't know. I have a feeling they're gonna drop him off somewhere at the end of season 2. I think it's gonna be a very emotional. Yeah. Again, Luke Skywalker is gonna come out of nowhere and grab Baby Yoda. Nah, but I think it's just that'd be great.
It would be funny.
It would be fun. The things I think again, Baby Yoda's days are limited, but again, it's just one of those things. Is how would the casual fan that loves the show because of Baby Yoda, how are they going to feel once Baby Yoda is not there anymore?
That's the dilemma for me.
But that's the dilemma. But here's the thing, like what Thor said, which is a great point. If he goes with Ahsoka and Ahsoka starts their own show, then guess what? Those fans are going to start watching that show because of Baby Yoda. So it's just one of those things where I don't know. We shall see what happens, but I feel that his days are limited and it's starting to show. And maybe at the end of season 2, that's where they drop him off somewhere. Maybe they found the Jedi Temple that Luke started, and maybe they'll drop him off there, or they'll drop him off with Ahsoka. I don't know. We shall see. Darth Tabernacle makes a good point. You guys do realize, like the first season, like the director has actually said was the intention. This series is a serial, self-contained episodic stories with a small overreaching arc. So it's basically like one of those samurai TV shows or the Western shows, or like maybe Kung. Remember that show with what's his name from Kill? Yeah, it was Kung Fu, right? So that had it was like a long, drawn out story arc, right? Like he was traveling. Same with the Hulk. Remember with the Hulk in the 70s show? Like it was one of those where he went places. The story moved really slow. So maybe they're kind of going with that. But again, it's one of those things where it's like an 8-episode season. So it's really kind of have to start moving the story a little bit faster, which I think they will. I just don't think people realize that this was there's a lot of probably really vital information in this episode. Maybe we're just not seeing it right now, and we'll probably realize it later on down the season. Just like season 2 and season 1, episode 2 of The Mandalorian, where remember they just he did all those things with the what's that, the Mudhorn, right? Like he fought the Mudhorn. It wasn't really. It was. I thought that episode was kind of slow. But then again, when you rewatch it meant a lot of things. We get to see Baby Yoda use the Force for the first time. We see I don't know, we see how the Signet is born, little information like that probably contributes to the overall story arc. So
you know what I thought about this? You saying the Signet, I thought about that, and I really, if you think about it, his Signet should be the Crate Dragon, because if Baby Yoda wasn't there, he would have died. The Mudhorn would have killed him. But his Crate Dragon, he was the one that killed it. Actually, they were all fighting it, but the final word was Mando's actions killed this crate. So to me, I mean, I know it's the second season and everything, but to me, in my opinion, the crate dragon should be a signet. You know, if you really think about it.
I think so too, because that's a big creature compared to the Mudhorn.
Mhm.
I mean,
And-
he had nothing to do with that. I'm just saying he had way more assistance killing the Mudhorn than he did in
with
my
the crate,
crate
with the
dragon.
crate. No, I agree.
Thing's throat and you know and everything. So
Who knows? He might actually update that with the other shoulder pauldron.
you're right.
Yeah.
You know.
So Vader Uninsurance makes a good point. Vegans had a problem with egg eating. So but Will, what's your final thoughts on the episode? You liked it overall, or?
Yeah, I did like it overall. Like, I know you were asking like for like a rating. Like, I'd probably give it like an 8. Like, I think like it was solid 8, 8.5. Like, I think it entertained me. I enjoyed it. Like I thought the spider scene was actually really well done because it was something new, and like I enjoyed that a lot. So like, and I get what that comment says. Like, it's a serial, self-contained episodes with like a small overarching narrative. It's just like the way people view it is like they view it as a large overarching narrative. So like whether it's that way or not, and like also really just the discussion to be had is like how much does it progress the overarching narrative? Like, it's still a serial, sure, but like how much does it really give you big picture stuff? And that's what people are kind of looking at it as.
Yeah.
And like whether it's intended to be like a serial or not, like are people going to view it that way? You know what I mean? Like people are going to view it as like Baby Yoda's quest to safety. That's how they view it. So like, how does this episode really progress that? Like, it does a little bit, but like it's almost like a side quest. So like,
yeah,
and that's kind of what it feels like. And that's like there have been episodes like that in season 1 too. I mean, so like, and these are going to happen. It is, you know, like you said, a serial. So like it is going to happen, but I still enjoyed it. Like, and I'm sure episode 3 will probably take a different direction. It'll probably be a little more overarching, I would think.
Yeah, and just like episode 3 with season 1, how much that pushed the story. Actually, not pushed, propelled the story forward. You know, with the Mandalorian showing up and all those things. But really good, really great points with you know, with everyone's thoughts on this episode. All right, so going to me, I thought this episode was slow moving in the middle, but overall, I enjoyed it. After I thought about it a little bit and I rewatched it a second and third time, I thought it was an okay episode. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite ones, but I would definitely give it the same score as you, Will. I give it an 8. So we'll start off with one of the things that I wanted to point out, that one of the aliens was this creature that we saw in the beginning of the episode, who was basically a bounty hunter trying to get the child. And the name of that creature is called the Nikto, which we saw in episode 1 in season 1, where Mandalorian was, you know, breaking out Baby Yoda alongside IG-11. It was cool to see Mandalorian use the speeder bike for you know, he's used it before, but it's cool to hear the speeder bike and how it sounds in the show, because before that we never knew how that speeder bike or the swoop bike sounded like. We saw Anakin used it in episode 2, and we didn't hear it because they were playing Duel of the Fates in the background. We saw, I believe, one of the Jedis using it in episode 3 when Order 66 was starting to take place. And remember, like the 2 clones like stopped and were in the back of that Jedi and shot him or her down. I couldn't tell. It was like I think, yeah, I forgot. I don't know the name of that Jedi, but anyway. So, but before that, before this episode, we never heard how the swoop bike sounded like, and to hear it and it sounds like almost like a Harley sounds pretty damn cool. And I seriously want that Hot Toys Mandalorian like swoop bike, you know, in the future. I would love to add that to my collection, because that, out of all the speeder bikes, that was one of my favorite ones. You know, we saw I guess I think that was a Jawa. You know, we get to see how the Mandalorian uses the jetpack. I guess he could control it with his little gauntlet. He's got like some computer inside that gauntlet to be able to control that thing. People were about to like cause riots if that Jawa like cut Baby Yoda even like a small inch, because they were like getting pissed off that that guy drew a knife against Baby Yoda's neck. But that was a cool scene. And then we move on to Mos Eisley. We get to see some of the Mos Eisley cantina again. We get to see Dr. Mandible, which is supposedly a Killick. I don't know. I don't think that's a Killick, but some people were saying that's a Killick. He was playing Sabak with Pelimoto. What other things did we see? We also saw, I guess this was like a little Easter egg for Galaxy's Edge, because I know they have a restaurant there which has the what's that called? They were using the Pod Racers engine to like roast the Krayt Dragon's meat. So they have that same kind of display in Galaxy's Edge in one of the restaurants there. So that was pretty cool to see. We get to hear Mandalorian ask the passenger, I guess we could call her that, because we don't really know the name of that species, right? The frog species.
Not that I know of.
He says she was in episode 5 somewhere. I don't remember her being in there, but okay.
Yeah, but we don't know that's the species name, right? I just call it the frog creature. But it was cool.
Frog lady.
Yeah, frog lady. So it was cool to see Mandalorian. Yeah, it was cool to see Mandalorian ask the frog lady like if she could speak Huttese, which is a nice nod to Jabba the Hutt. And obviously, we get to see Mandalorian having some heart to take this frog lady to another planet to reunite with her spouse. And I don't know about you guys, but seeing Baby Yoda eyeing those eggs was kind of cringy, especially when he started eating them. Because obviously, to Baby Yoda, that's food, right? Because in season 1, we see him eat the frogs, right, as part of his,
right,
because he was drawn to eating them. Maybe that's his favorite food. I don't know. But to see him looking at those eggs and eating them, I thought that was kind of cringy, in some parts. And I guess we get to see the bad side of the child. Like, he didn't look cute at that point in the episode. And I think I know there were some people like that were pissed off about that whole scene. But again, he's the child. He doesn't know any better. He's just like any kid that would touch something that he's not supposed to touch. But obviously, he is an alien, right? Like,
right.
we can't blame the child for eating what he's, that's part of his, his diet. So it's cool to see the X-Wings kind of fly up to Mando, and they were telling him that, I forgot, they were telling him like he didn't have some sort of like pass or something. Is that true? Or like his license plate got
like to let them know it's like identification.
Yeah.
Ping your beacon and they say, okay, this is Razor Crest, blah blah blah, and
yeah.
So they couldn't identify. They wanted to make sure he wasn't
Empire.
And he said, well, his ship predated the Empire, so he didn't have to,
Yeah.
So they just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, but he didn't want to he didn't want them to run his plates because he knows he's got some.
Yeah.
He's got some.
It's like you don't want to get pulled over and have him run your.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So he did one of those things where he started speeding away, and obviously, we get to see Trapper Wolf again, who was Dave Filoni's character. Dave Filoni's character in season 1. And we get to see, I guess, another character. I don't know. It's played by Paul Sun Young Lee. It's another actor who is also in the 501st, by the way, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So we get to see both of them try to chase down Mando. And they go. Mando like crashes into like an ice planet, which we thought was what's that? Ilum, where the Jedi's get their crystals, but obviously it's not. And it was cool to see like basically how everything kind of played out, like in terms of like the spiders coming out, which basically I think those spiders were in a previous was actually not previous in the previous episode, was actually first appeared on Rebels. I think Ezra.
They were supposed to be in Empire, but they decided not to use them, so then they used them in Rebels.
Yeah, there was a concept art of them in Empire Strikes Back in Dagobah, right?
Yeah, they want no. It was supposed to be on Hoth.
Oh, it was on Hoth. Okay,
it's on this ice planet in this.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I'm saying that's Hoth. I mean, I don't know if that's Hoth or not, but
no, that's not the one in this episode.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, that wasn't Hoth.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It's cool to see those spiders, right? Like, and basically the whole scene, how it played out, like where Baby Yoda was walking to among like a whole bunch of eggs, reminded me of Aliens, right? Like, remember in Aliens where Ripley came across like a whole bunch of eggs and one of them started opening up, but Baby Yoda ate it instead, right? So, I mean, that boy is hungry, man. Like that boy,
he is hungry.
That boy can eat anything. But in the most part, like you guys said, great point with it being like almost like a horror movie. With the spiders chasing down Mando and the Frog Lady, and Baby Yoda. But I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't take that scene where they were being chased down seriously, just because when the Frog Lady started using all 4 of her legs and start hopping, like I was cracking up on that part. I don't know about you guys, because it looks super fun.
Because that's it's desperation time, and I mean, I don't want to sound weird, I watch a lot of Bigfoot shit, and people that claim they've seen a Bigfoot, some people say they've got down on all 4s and start running. So, if you can do it,
why not? Why not, right? First of all, I didn't know Bigfoot could like run on all 4s.
I've seen some films where they say they seen Bigfoot get down on all 4s and start running. I swear to God.
I was watching a Bigfoot video today, actually.
You and your Bigfoot, Thor.
I want to see one, bro. It's just,
yeah, you got to see one.
What would you do if you saw one?
I mean, well, one thing, I'm not going into the woods. Like, I'd have to be driving past or something crossing the road or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do that, but I'm not going in no freaking woods.
Yeah, but overall, I thought this episode was as slow moving as it was in the middle. I thought it was a good episode, and I really can't wait to see what they have in the next episode, which should be tonight. So, well, not tonight, past midnight. But again, I really feel that even though as slow of an episode this was, I think there are certain things or certain points that we saw in this episode that's gonna make sense like later down in the season. So I don't know. We shall see. Especially once they drop off that Frog Lady. Like, I seriously can't wait for her to reunite with her spouse and take her eggs away from freaking Baby Yoda, because it was kind of getting like really cringy at points.
Remember the preview or the trailer, the scene where they see Sasha Banks on the dock. If you watch the beginning, you can actually see the Frog Lady with that tank on her back.
Yeah,
so that's what we're gonna get. That's the next episode.
Yeah, and I think she was holding someone's hands. Like, it might be her husband. Yeah. It must be her husband. So thank goodness we get to get rid of them.
So but
in the most part, guys, I think that was it was a great episode, 8 out of 10. And we're gonna wrap things up with that. And I really want to thank Will Foxification for joining us for this episode, for this live stream. I want to thank everyone on the chat for watching us and listening to us talk about Star Wars. And again, next episode will be Sunday. Should be around like 4:30. Matt unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. He's got he had a last minute thing, but he'll be with us for the next one. So he want to hear his thoughts on the Frog Lady and Yoda eating, baby Yoda eating the eggs. But real quick before we sign off, Will Foxification, want to plug in your channel and what you got lined up in terms of content that is coming up on your channel.
Yeah, absolutely. So with my channel, like I do a mixture. I do movie reviews and I also do collectibles. So partly why I'm here, I guess, because the collectibles are part of it. I actually just released a review of the Dark Horse Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2 statue. So that is now out there if you guys want to check that out. And then I'm actually going to review The Child, as is everyone on YouTube. So like there's like a million, there's like way too many reviews for it already, but like it's fine.
Yeah,
so,
that's why.
But
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of my hesitation with it too, because there's so many reviews on it. But I guess some people find some value in it, so I'm going to do that. And yeah, there'll be some other reviews I do here shortly, some other movie reviews and stuff. I do mostly requested reviews, so like it'll just be any random thing. So, but it'll be fun.
But first things first, did you watch Amadeus?
No, not yet.
Come on, Thor is
Thor. That's Thor's recommendation, so I need to watch Amadeus. Yeah,
best movie you've ever seen in your life.
Okay, it'll be the best. Okay,
action, but that's the best movie you're ever gonna see in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, Amadeus. Okay, got it. Yeah, because I've watched some really good ones recently. So yeah, but I'll definitely check it out for you guys. But yeah, like whatever I have in the pipeline, it'll be Child and then movie reviews and then some other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, but seriously, check out Will Foxification. His channel is super underrated. I think he should have more. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining. But he seriously should have more subscribers than what you see on his subscriber count. He does really, really awesome movie reviews, and his reviews are like for collectibles is top notch, man. Seriously.
Thanks, man. That's all you, man. You're the collectible guy. I just try to keep up.
Oh no, I'm not the collectible guy. I'm just stuff. But you do a really great job with the movie reviews and the collectibles. So guys, please check out Will Foxification. Obviously the name is on the screen, so definitely follow him on YouTube. And we'll go to Vader Damas. When's the next prediction? Is it this Friday night at 9 p.m. when the lights are bright?
I've been taking a lot on Facebook, and sometimes it's stuff people don't want to hear, but you just got to tell it like it is. Anyhow, tomorrow, let me see, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow at 2:00, we're going to live unbox the Libra Mayho Prime 1.
Okay.
It's become a double live unboxing. Somebody else want to come on with us. Our boy Chris Verde coming on.
But 2 p.m. though?
That's the only time they can do it, man, because, we got the show at nighttime.
Oh, okay. I'll be watching from work, but I can't wait to see,
And then,
Ron,
the show come on at 9, and then what is it, Saturday or something? No, Sunday is Taylor's unboxing his fan art, Darth Malgus, and actually we talk about him all the time. Star Wars guy gonna be on there with us to when we unbox that, and then we coming back on with you and everything. So yeah, just a lot of. I know I'm missing something else happening. No, that's it. Yeah.
So DCX open mic, please, guys. Please, if you guys love statues as much as we do, please check them out every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and they do like a lot of random unboxings on certain days. So definitely, please check them out. And for anyone else listening, I'm also going to be reviewing The Child. Obviously, there's so many people out with their reviews. Mine's going to be a little bit different, and you guys will see. Hopefully, you guys still enjoy it, even though you guys probably watched like 1,000 of like these reviews. And definitely join Scum and Villainy Outpost Facebook group, which is basically the official Facebook group of SithCast. And I got a little giveaway up on there right now, and I'm also going to do a nice big giveaway for the month of December. And this will be a nice little Christmas or should I say holidays giveaway. So definitely join Scum and Villainy Outpost Facebook group if you guys love Star Wars as much as we do. All right, guys. So that wraps it up. I really appreciate you guys listening and watching. May the midichlorians be with you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, which will be Sunday. You guys have a good night and enjoy season to episode 3 of The Mandalorian tonight, and can't wait to talk about it on Sunday. Take care, everyone.